Hey guys, it is April 16th, 2022, and we're in chapter 24, verse 54 through 61. Lately we've been going over huge chunks of verses, and there's been a reason, because they've all been connected. And again, today's the same thing. So I'm going to start actually in half of, because I covered half of verse 54 yesterday, and I'm going to continue in verse 54 the other half. And the reason I broke them up in halves is because of the significance of it. But early the next morning, Abraham's servant said, "Send me back to my master. But we want Rebekah to stay with us at least 10 days, her brother and mother said. Then she can go. But he said, "Do not delay me. The Lord has made my mission successful. Now send me back so I can return to my master." Well, they said, "We will call Rebekah and ask her what she thinks." So they called Rebekah. "Are you willing to go with this man?" they asked. She replied, "Yes, I will go." So they said goodbye to Rebekah and sent her away with Abraham's servant and his men. The woman who had been Rebekah's childhood nurse went along with her. They gave her the blessing as she parted. "Our sister, may you become the mother of many millions. Your descendants be strong and conquer the cities of their enemies." Then Rebekah and her servant girls mounted the camels and followed the men. So Abraham's servant took Rebekah and went on his way. Did you catch that? Did you catch what they said to her? And I'm going to focus on the last parts of this before I focus on the first part. They said to her, "Be the mother of many millions. May your descendants be strong and conquer the cities of their enemies." What did God say to Abraham? He said his descendants will be more than the stars in the sky and the grains of sand on the earth, on the beach. Again, we hear Rebekah is going to marry Isaac, who is the son of Abraham. So again, we hear the same thing, be the mother of millions. They're saying to her, fulfill God's promise. They know, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that Rebekah is going to fulfill or begin to fulfill the promise God made to Abraham. Abraham and Sarah have Isaac. And through Isaac, Isaac marries Rebekah. And through them, other descendants come and keep coming and coming and coming. And that is the promise God made Abraham. The other part of this is that they sit here and they want something. Her mother and her brother want something. They want to keep Rebekah for a little bit longer. But they know that she has to go. She has to go with the servant because God has proven that Rebekah is the one who needs to marry Isaac. But yet they ask, "Please, let us keep her for 10 more days." But when the servant says, "No, the Lord made my mission successful," he again reminds them that God has a plan. And he again reminds them that he asked God for something and God fulfilled that promise and fulfilled that request. So they say, "Okay, fine. I understand this can't happen. But let us ask Rebekah. Give it to her. Let her make the choice." just as God promised, just as the servant requested, she said yes. She put her yes on the table. It's hard sometimes. And I understand that it's hard sometimes because we want to keep things the way they are. We want to hold on to that thing, that person, whatever it is. We want to hold on to it. But we know God has a plan. And sometimes his plan does not make any sense to us. Sometimes it's not what we think we need or the thing that we want. But in the end, it's more than what we need. Sometimes God fulfills what we want, what we ask for. And others question it. Others say, well, that's impossible. Or, I don't think that's right. You need to stay in this moment. But when we put our yes on the table, like Rebecca, we set out for a different journey. A journey that the world may not understand. A journey that people may question. But we have to remember, we have a God who not only is almighty and the creator of everything on this earth, but he also understands. He came down as man, and Jesus understands temptation, and he understands the pain of leaving things. So here's my question to you. Is there a part of you that questions what God is saying? Is there a part of you that wants to hold on to something or someone that you know God is saying, let go? Let go of this stuff, because if you let go, if you come on the journey I am putting you on, you're going to be blessed. So blessed. But you have to put your yes on the table. Just like Abraham. Just like Noah. Just like Seth. And just like Rebecca. You have to put your yes on the table. So I hope today you see God in all that you do. And I hope today you see Jesus all around you. And God's promise all around you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.